Hello guys, today I am teaching you how to create view statement. So in SQL, a view is a virtual table based on the result set of an SQL statement. A view contains rows and columns just like a table. Views can represent a subset of data contained in a table. Views can join and simplify multiple tables into a single virtual table. Views can act as aggregated tables where the database engine aggregates data such as sum, average, etc. Views can hide the complexity of data, and we don't need to execute every time manually the queries, but instead we create view for that, and view is created just like a table. So just like a table, we select data from the table. So using using select command, we can see the data of the view. So let's start how to create a view. So view is created like a table. So we will write create view and view name, for example student view. Now we are creating student view from table create view student view as select. So we will write as select. We want to create a view from the student table based on some particular attribute. For example, we are including student ID, name and contact. So as select student ID, name, contact from student. View is created. Just like a table, we can select data from view. Select steric from student view. So now it is created. And it is stored. So anytime we need a data based on the student ID, name and contact, we can just write select steric from view, so we can view that data. Now solve more examples from multiple table. So for example, we have two tables data, and we want to combine it using view. So how can we do that? For example, we first select data from course from marks table. This table includes student ID, subject ID and marks obtained. Suppose we want to create a view which combine the two tables, student and student marks, and also a subject table. Select steric from subject. From subject table we need subject name. From student table we need student name, and from marks table we need marks obtained. So we will mention all the three tables. So now create view. For that, create view. For example, we are creating view students detail marks, for example. So as select student dot student ID, we are mentioning student because student ID is common in two tables. So we are also included name. We are included subject dot subject ID and subject name. So we will write subject name, and we also need obtained marks. So marks obtained. from which table? From student table, from subject table, and from marks table, where student dot student id is equal to marks dot student id. It will combine the student and marks table, and subject dot subject id equals marks dot subject id. So based on the common column in two tables, we will combine them together. So first we combine the student with the marks, and then subject with the marks using common columns. So let's execute. View is created. So instead of multiple where condition, we can also create it using inner join. So let's check the result. Select static from students detail marks. So it is a detail view created, and there is advantage of creating view instead of writing every time a query. So once we create a view from the query, and then whenever we need it, we can select data from that query. One thing you should remember, that we cannot insert data into this view. We can delete, but we cannot insert new data. Why? The reason is that the data is not included in view. The data is inserted into the respective table from which we have created we create a view. So we cannot insert new rows or records into the view. We can just select, or we can delete. We cannot delete and update also. So we cannot update the data, but only can select and delete. So let's come to create some more views by including the group function. Suppose we are creating a view from this same table marks. So first we select data from marks table. Now we want to calculate the average marks of each student, and also include the subject name and student name from the respective table. So let's create view. First we create view from this table. So create view students, create view result, for example, select average of marks obtained as a total from select student ID, and for example we are included the name student ID, name, average of marks obtained as a total from three tables, student, from two tables, student and marks, where student dot student ID is equal to marks dot student ID group by student dot student ID, as student ID is identical in both tables, so we have to mention the table name. is group by student dot student id and name. Column ambiguously defined, so we must have to mention table name also here. So we edit it as select student dot student id. View is created. Now select data from view, select static from result. You can see the result of each student. Student 5, student 6, student 3. The result of every student is given. So if we want to write all the student, select all the student in order, so we will write select static from now the result is in order. So this was all about how to create a view. We can create view for any reason. We might need for report generation. So from single table we can create more than one view. From multiple tables we might need to create a view. So based on the logical operator, greater than, less than, in, not in, so we can create a view. Suppose we are creating a view, another view. For example, we create, first we select data, select static from student. Now we are creating a view of all those students who belongs to Lahore, for example. So create view students by address as select student as to, for example, we are selecting all as select static from student where address is equal to Lahore. View is created, so select static from students address. It is 3s word. So we have created a view. So we might need such a report where we want to retrieve the students belong to particular address Lahore. We can create a view to see the results belong to particular department. For example, we create view students department as select static from student where department is equal to CS. So select static from students department. So all the created views are stored in a database. So almost we have created 5-6 views, almost 5. So we can select data from any of the view. So based on the particular condition, for example, we create another view, create view students between, for example, as select static from student where student ID between 1 and 10. Select static from students between. For example, we want to create another view whose address is not Islamabad and Multan, for example. So create view students address not, for example, as select static from student where address not in. One operator we can apply is in, which means that selection will be based on the following columns, which must include these attribute as mentioned in the bracket, but not in means the address should not be the following. Which address? For example, Multan and Islamabad. So select static from students address not. So all the students are selected except those who belong to either Multan or Islamabad. Let's create another view from the table marks. Select static from marks. For example, we create view top marks. For example, as select student id, name from the student, and then subject dot we only calculate the average. So student id, student dot name, and average of marks obtained as a total from student and marks. Before grouping, we include where clause, where we directly write group. So group by student dot student id and name, having, we are including having average of marks obtained is greater than 80. For example, 80. We are setting criteria, we want to find the toppers or having 4 GPA above 80. So we've created select static from top marks. So I think we have to make flexible the criteria. Top marks, what can be the problem? Average of marks obtained, having average of marks obtained greater than. So suppose we drop this query and instead of 80 we make 70. So create view, first drop view. So this is a command where through which we can drop a view. So drop view marks, view is drop, so we create view top marks as select student dot student id, name, average of marks obtained as a total from table student and marks, group by and name, having average of marks obtained greater than 70. Select static from top. No row selected. What can be the reason? If we go back and see the result, let's check. Let's drop view top marks, create view top marks as select student id and name. Oh, I think mistake, we made mistake. Obtain marks as a total from student marks where, so we forgot where student id is equal to marks dot student id. As we are included two tables, so we have to write this as you seen in the previous examples. Group by student id and plus name also, for example. So select steric from top marks. These are the students with the total marks. Now we create view for toppers, so create view toppers. Okay, for example, as select student id, name, average of obtained marks obtained as a total from student, and marks where student id is equal to marks dot student id. Group by student dot student id and name having average of marks greater than 75, for example 75, sorry, average of marks obtained. So select steric from toppers. Now these are the three toppers. Select steric from toppers, order by student id. So these are the three toppers. Sorry, we make it order by total is the column name. So order by, sorry, this should be order by total descending. So in descending order means this one is a topper who got highest marks in all of the students, Ijaz, and student id 3 got the second highest, and then the third highest, and then the fourth highest marks. So this was all about create. So like a table, we can search how many, or we can select how many views are created. So select steric from tab. So against each table data type is mentioned. These are the 4 tables, and these are the rest are all the views that are created from these tables. So this was all about view. Thank you so much for watching my whole video, and please subscribe my channel and wait for the next videos. Thank you so much.